Hey guys, how's it going? So it's 2024 archery season, opening day tomorrow over in Oregon. We're headed over to Eastern Oregon right now, and I got one of my long-term buddies that's coming up tonight. He's going to be setting up camp later, so we're going to have to go over and find him. We're setting up camp, and we're going to go scouting tonight, see if we can't locate some mule deer for opening morning. But we got about 3-hour drive, and we're hunting Mule unit first 8-9 days of the season for mule deer, and then the last 9 days of the season we're gonna head up to elk camp and try to get us a bull. And if we get the mule deer knocked out real quick, we'll head up there and see if we can't get a few days in of the early season archery for bull. And then yeah, stay tuned for that elk hunt. Alright guys, opening morning, getting ready for our mule deer hunt. Here's our camp. Said it was supposed to be 60 degrees last night, but it feels freaking cold. We got Kobe over here, getting his pack all set up. But I'm a coffee guy, so I got my coffee going. We got this knockoff jet boil, works really good. Got it for Christmas. Already got the hot water in here, steaming. This is what we're trying today. Oh, I fucked up the lens. But some Black Rifle Vanilla Bomb and Just Black instant coffee. So we also got this Starbucks one. So we're gonna be trying these the next few days and see which one's the best, and I'll tell you which one's the best. But our plan is we scouted yesterday, seen about 35 does and a couple forkies, no big bucks, but just a ton of deer, which we were only up there for a couple hours and didn't really walk in because I didn't want to jump anything that we could see today. So we're gonna head out that way, and yeah, we're gonna head out that way I think this morning, get up on top, see if we can't see anything, and do that walk. And if that's not successful, then we're gonna pretty much just check out the area today and get a grasp on everything. Haven't been up here for the last like 7 years, so that's the plan. So we got a 4-point buck right now, opening morning. Sun's just coming over the hill. We're gonna watch and see what they do. The wind's kind of blowing down in behind the deer that way. So we're gonna let them keep feeding up the hill, and then we're gonna try and either cut them off or watch them bed. And when they bed, then I told this guy he'd get first opportunity. I said if the buck's big, I'm taking it. Across the field right there. Ronnie, spray deep.
this cliff right here, down in the basin where we seen that big 4-point yesterday and a few other bucks. No bucks this morning, about 7 does, and they're all feeding the same way those other bucks were feeding. So we're going to make our way down this ridge and keep glassing that side as we go, watching on top just in case anything came up on top already. And then once we get out at the very end, there's a big saddle where I lost that 4-point yesterday. We're going to glass that whole saddle, sit and wait a little bit, and then after that we'll make our way off the cliff and work our way to where we saw that big buck yesterday and see if we can't locate him or anything else. So that's the plan this morning. So we walked down this ridge just a little bit, like 100 yards or so, and I peeped over the side again and glassed, and there was a buck down here in the bottom, and it seemed like he might have got our wind or something, but he ended up trotting off to some does, and then now he's just working his way across the bottom. So right now we're just watching him on the spotting scope and phone scope and seeing if he beds or whatever, but he's still trotting. It's like he's just on the go, so let's see if he goes and beds somewhere or something, hopefully. Alright, so we're walking up this thing, went to go glass this a little bit better, and I looked down here and seen a buck just down here about 250 yards. It was a big 4-point. I don't know if he winded us because as soon as we started walking and moving from the first setup, I didn't see him down below us because there's all these ledges, but the wind started blowing like crazy straight down this way. And when I glassed him, he was going like this smelling, but he took off, linked up with some does, left the does, crossed that creek down there in the bottom, and then he's up on that face over there, that shaded face. He's up on the side of that hill about 200 yards off the road. He went up between 3 bucks, and they look like 3 points or smaller, but it's also really far away, so I can't really tell. But then right now he's with another buck that looks like a decent sized 3-point or a small 4-point. But with the spotting scope that far, and with all the smoke, it's hard to tell. But the only road that goes that way is down in the bottom right below them. So I don't know how we're going to go over there and get over there, but we're going to go to the side-by-side, probably come in the very bottom, and then we're going to work that ravine, staying hidden below them, and then come up the side hill and then try to get above them, or try to figure out something. I don't know what it's going to look like when we're over there, where they're going to be at, but at least when we get down there, I'm going to try to relocate them when we're closer. So, but that's the plan. Alright, so we were up on that ridge up there. That buck came down over here. We glassed him to where he slowed down, was just grazing with another buck. Ripped our side by side down here, got around him, and tried to come in on top. No bucks, seen a bunch of does, and that's about it. So now we're heading back to our side by side. Not kinda. Hey, watch your head. Take a picture of the rattle cover. Alright, so left things out in the rain. Mike's all toast. Our awning ended up blowing down, getting the whole table wet, bow case wet. I have my bow out here, my pack. Everything just got rained on. Side by side, jackets were in the back. Jackets are completely soaked. Just completely drenched. Just filled with water. My boots were left out. I'm wearing my Crocs right now, walking to town to just get some ice and stuff. Boots got wet. Storm just blew in. Had no clue. Said it was just going to be cloudy, but definitely was not just cloudy. So, alright, so it's day 4. Each day, the first, second, third day, we're getting closer and closer. We've been on big bucks, seen big bucks, tried to put stocks in. Every single stock hasn't been successful yet. Got really close. My buddy in the back seat got really close yesterday on a buck, but we just couldn't get it finished. And now today, yesterday, we went into town to get fuel, ice, and all that stuff, and we ended up getting permission to go and hunt their property that's next to the river and has hay fields and stuff like that. So right now it's about 10 o'clock. We're heading over there to go meet the farmer. There's a coyote right there. What's it called? We're gonna go meet the farmer and get a kind of a feel of his area, where the bucks are, things like that, the deer, and check it out. We'll probably be over there tomorrow. Tonight we're gonna go back and hunt where we've been hunting, and I gotta get fuel because I'm getting pretty low. But that's the update, day 4. All right, so we just got here to the farm field, talked to the wife, talked to the farmer. He's out here mowing down his fields right now, so that kind of sucks. It would have been nice if we got here a couple days earlier before he started mowing his alfalfa. But he's mowing them down now, so we'll see what happens tomorrow morning. But we're gonna come out here tomorrow morning. He said he's been seeing about 12 bucks, and 3 of them he made an expression like they're huge. So, and he said that he's had a few people come out here, and every single person that's came out here has gotten it the first day, their buck. And the only other person didn't get it the first day, only one, and got it the second day. So we're gonna come out here tomorrow morning, and he said as long as you walk this dirt road right here real slow, and keep going and glassing and checking, you'll see the bucks. And he said they'll be milling around here and there, and you should be able to get them. But I don't know if the guys were bow hunting or if they were rifle hunting when they got their deer. But the field at certain parts is about a 200 yard. It's about 200 yards across this field, so we got to get in with at least 90 or less
to get a good shot on them. So preferably 60 or under. So that's the plan tomorrow. We're going to come out here. Right now we're going to go back into town, get some diesel, and then we're going to go up to our other hunting area, what we've been doing, and do some evening hunt tonight, and then we'll be back in here tomorrow morning.
And then he started trouncing off, and I was like, oh my god.
Alright, so I got a couple bedded forkies up over this hill right here under a couple pine trees. I got about 3-4 days left of hunting. I still have permission to hunt private property with those big bucks, but I'm not a rack hunter, I'm a meat hunter. I'd like to get a big one, but I'm not going to pass up an opportunity. These two up here, if I do it right, I should be pretty close to one. Might be pretty easy to get one, and so I think I'm going to go up. I'm going to try my luck on them and see what's up. If I mess up and blow them, it's not that big of a deal. I still got 4 days and permission to hunt private with huge bucks. And then there's big bucks here too. This big ridge behind me is what we're
seeing those big bucks the first couple of days on. So, I mean, we have a ton of other area that's good too that we haven't even tapped into. So, but I'm gonna go try my luck on these 2 forkies. Wish me luck. Alright, so the deer are right there by that bush. I already cut about another 100 yards, so I'm 158 right now. Alright, so they're right on the skyline right now feeding. I don't know, they started feeding this way. I jumped those does, and I think those does made them nervous, so they turned around and are feeding that way. They have no climb here. But they're about 250 yards away on the skyline, so. And I got a fence right here, and then another fence to crawl through to get to them. So I'm going to wait for them to go over the skyline and then beat feed over there, and then hopefully peek over the top, and they're not still 100 or 200 yards away. So that's the plan. Well, guys, the doe's busted. One of the lead does saw me, busted, and then the 2 forkies took off, so no luck. Sun just went down over the hill, so got like 40 minutes, 45 minutes left of daylight. And I got a long walk back to the side-by-side, so all that for a couple of forkies to bust out. It's pretty crappy, but that's how the game goes, you know.
I don't know how we're even gonna get close. That big Russian olive tree. The yellow grass. They're both right in the yellow grass. 4 in the field and 4 points on the other side of the fence. I think there's a doe or something. Maybe that one doe is feeding down. She just went over the top of the field that way towards the cliff. Do an evening hunt and go sit in over there. Alright, so we got 2 4-point bucks and a forky. That's over in that corner of the field about 220 yards away. So we can't get up on the field and make it to them because they're going to see us. So we're going to try and sneak down some of these game trails through these trees and then pop up and hopefully be 100 yards or less from them. We'll work ourselves in really slow. What sucks is like the wind has been swirling all morning. And I'm afraid they're going to wind us. Like right now, it's blowing south, but just a second ago it was blowing north. So we're going to walk in here and see if we can get close and see what's up. And then if it's getting a little risky, then we're going to back out. Then we'll sit on them this evening.
Alright, so we're back at the private property again, and we seen out at the end of the field, we seen some coyotes, some pheasants, we seen a couple does. They fed out to the other side of the field, and then we saw at the end of the field under this Russian olive a forky that was feeding the alfalfa field, and right on the other side of the fence we seen 2 big bucks that looked about either 4 points or 4x5. One of them was pretty big, the other one was still big. I mean, I'd shoot any of those deer. So we ended up sneaking up on them where we thought they were bedded. What happened is there's a little ditch in there. They went down into the ditch, went around, and then they crossed the river into onto the island, and then we're going to cross the river again. So by the time we got to where they were bedded about 60 yards away, I saw them crossing it onto the island. So there's no way we could get them. They were a little over 100 yards when they were crossing the island. Didn't spook them or anything. We ended up backing out, and then we're back here this afternoon trying to get in there where that Russian olive is, because that appears to be where all the deer are coming out at. So we're going to go sit underneath that thing and wait. And it's about, 2:50 right now, and it gets dark around 8:30. So we're going to be out here for the next 6-7 hours. So hopefully some bucks come out right where we're at. That's what we're hoping for.
Then also we went to the local town, had breakfast, and a guy said he drove by getting water at a spring right up here. Looked down there right after we left, maybe 20-30 minutes, and saw a 5-point bull elk come out here with some cows. So we ended up missing them too. So I think if we come out here tomorrow morning, we'll stay out for a while, but hopefully we don't have to, and hopefully we can get something tonight. So. Alright, so we're set up at the end of the field. Where the bucks were this morning are about 85 yards at that Russian olive tree just right over here. We got all these scrapes that we're sitting next to. There's a scrape 5 yards this way, 10 yards this way, and another 20 yards that way. Found an old broken shed just up over here by the fence, stuck in the fence post. But it looks like they're coming out behind us right here. And then they were obviously over there this morning and crossed the island right there. So we're hoping we can get something to come out anywhere in this fence line in between us or maybe behind us. This is 30 yards to the farthest shot, and that's 85 to that tree. So hopefully they'll come in between. If not, we can try and sneak down this fence line and get closer to them and put that tree in between us and them if they go down further. What sucks right now is the wind was perfect blowing that way, and now the wind's blowing this way where the things are coming in. But we're hoping that tonight, when the bucks start coming in and stuff like that, that the wind changes again. If not, and it's still blowing this way, we're going to have to set up over there, way further. But this is definitely the ideal spot right now. So we'll keep you posted if anything comes out. Right on that side of the tree.
Alright guys, so I got a forky and 2 does that we jumped off the road right now. And I only got a couple days left to hunt, so now it's time to fill the tag. I'm taking whatever opportunities, but they're about 250 yards up this hill with like nothing for me to hide behind. They're literally right up there, up in the yellow stuff, out in the middle of the open. So I'm gonna try and get this done real quick, and then if it takes longer than like 30-40 minutes, I'm getting the heck out of here because we need to get to that private property where those big bucks are. So I'm gonna try it real quick, and if I punch my tag, cool. If not, we're gonna head out. It takes about an hour to get to this private we got because there's just a long gravel road. So I'm headed up there now. Wish me luck. Well, 130 yards, and then one of the does caught me. Forky was ahead of them like 30-40 yards already. So the does I had at about 90, and then the buck at 125, 130 before one of them caught sight of me, and I hadn't moved until now. But they're going to continue feeding up. So I'm going to head to the farm fields.
Got him. I got him.
You did?
Yep. He's beating like crazy right there. He's down. He's dead right there. Dunzoed.
That's awesome.
We got to figure out how to get him across the river. Dead right there.
Alright, well, let's go find a way, because I didn't bring my headlamp either.
Did you get the video on
Yeah.
the whole thing? Did you have him in the frame?
Yeah, I got him in the frame.
172. So he ran 110 yards and killed over.
That's awesome. Not very far.
Yes!
So awesome, man.
I love you, babe.
I love you too.
That's sick. He's big.
I'm shaking now.
He's big.
Oh, I'm so excited to go see him.
Alright guys, so we just got here in the nick of time, hauled over here from camp or whatever, drove up the road, looked in the field, seen a forky, and we were going to go stalk the forky, but when I came up I seen a big buck bedded right here on the side of the bank. And we walked right up in the middle of the alfalfa, and I came in perfectly in line with him right here, stepped to the side, ranged him at 60. He's still bedded, and then I just put it right on him and smoked him. He ran up 110 yards, stood there for 2 seconds and fell over. He's donezo.
That's awesome.
Just smoked him. So we're gonna go pick him up. We gotta go talk to the owners and see what's the best way to go get him. All right, so we're heading over to Rachel and Andy's house. We met them at the restaurant, and first things first, they were playing Christian music. Started talking to them, just talking about God and how she got saved about 20 years ago. And so I didn't even ask. But before I got there, I was like, I have a feeling someone in here is going to give us permission to hunt their property. And little do you know, before we even ordered food, I said, hey, I like your music, everything. And then I asked her where all the deer are. And she said, well, we got a bunch of bucks out on our property. You're more than welcome to come out. So we've been coming out a few days now. We busted out those 2 big bucks last night. Came in here right now, 10 minutes walking in, literally nothing, and just drilled that one. So very blessed, very great people, and yeah, just amazing. So very thankful for them and thankful for God. So holy cow, he's old, man.
Yeah, I know. It's old, cranky, and fat.
That's how I'd want to be if I was 70.
Look at him. He's like, here we go.
Grab a rope, spurs on.
Do you want to tell him what we're doing?
Yeah. All right, so luckily the family, their daughter over here, she's got a
Sarah.
nice, her name's Sarah. She's got a nice old horse here that she's going to take across the river. We're going to go over, grab that deer, gut him out, and get him across. Probably get him across and then gut him so he's not all waterlogged. But yeah, no, it's going to be awesome. Super nice of them. And yeah, can't wait to go put my hands on this buck. So.
Go down the river a little more ways too and see if he'll go down.
Okay.
He might just be sometimes to get a little nervous.
It's okay, buddy. There you go.
There you go.
Oh, man.
Nice, pull back up. Thank you, Lord. son.
Yeah, sitting right there. And then came out right back here. Destroyed both of his lungs. No heart though. It looks pretty big coming in like this.
It's got a nice body on it.